Officially in the books. Let's play fact or fiction with Dan Graziano. Graz, if someone said Mac Jones should be the starting quarterback in San Francisco, is that fact or fiction?
It's fiction. I mean, they paid Brock Purdy. They believe in Brock Purdy. There's more things their offense can do with Brock Purdy. It's great that they're winning games with Mac Jones, but it's not like Purdy was some kind of problem that needs to be fixed. When he's healthy, he should play, and I believe that he will.
The question is, will Mac Jones become the next Daniel Jones or someone else who finds himself a new team and they believe in him? We'll see. Another quarterback is next. J.D. Daniels and the Commanders. If I said they're going to win the NFC East, is that fact or fiction?
I got to go with fact because, as we all know, nobody wins the NFC East 2 years in a row. So it can't be the Eagles. Washington's win on Sunday was as good a win as any team had, I think, this weekend. That was impressive to go into, even as banged up as the Chargers are, to go into L.A. and win that game. Washington's a force to be reckoned with.
Came from behind to do it. And then finally, also in that division, the Cowboys. If someone were to say, through 5 weeks, Dak Prescott is the MVP, is that fact or fiction?
It's fiction because Baker Mayfield is the MVP right now. Look, they're 4-1. Cowboys, what are they, 2-1? So, Dak's playing as well as anybody. It's incredible to watch what he's doing. They had 4 starting offensive linemen miss this game on Sunday, as well as CeeDee Lamb and Kevontae Turpin. So that's 2 of their top 3 wide receivers. Dak is locked in right. He is playing like a guy whose rehab from injury went about as well as anybody could possibly have expected.
I'm thinking back to a couple of years ago when Dak was the runner-up for the MVP, if my memory serves, and you were talking a lot about how Dak is doing more at the line of scrimmage than most quarterbacks and that most people would recognize. And it seems to me he's back to a lot of that. And he's got for the first time in a while, he has a newfangled, creative offensive play caller and designer in Brian Schottenheimer.
Yeah, we should really respect what Brian Schottenheimer's done with this offense. The defense, not quite there yet.
Right.
But I think your point is the important thing about what Dak is doing is they're never in bad plays, and he often puts them in the best play for the situation. So when you have talent deficiencies in certain spots along the offensive line and receiver, if you have a situation where all your players are good but none of them are great, you find a way to get advantages where you can. And then you top it all off with Dak's ability to be accurate down the field, eating the seams alive on a regular basis. That guy's special.
The one thing we always talk about with quarterbacks is how do they elevate the guys around them. And what we've seen from Dak Prescott, the fact that they are 2-1, with the way their defense has played, with the injuries on the offensive line, with CeeDee Lamb not being out there, a lot of it is the credit of what Dak Prescott has been able to do offensively, the points they're putting up, and to your point, Nick, getting him in the right play and executing has been the big thing.
I love what Schottenheimer has done. First of all, with the offensive line being banged up, they protected the daylights out. They gave him different protections. They didn't make it where he's standing in one spot. They let him. They did a fantastic job of not exposing. And even if it was a one-man route, that Pickens thing, 2-man route. I mean, and he goes and go win. Like he understands a lot of that to happen. That's good stuff.
If Dak stays healthy, are the Cowboys a playoff team?
I think they can get there. And look, I'm going to add to the Schottenheimer thing because obviously he can scheme offense. But this was a head coach hire that was roundly panned. He may actually be a good head coach. Being around that team a little bit early this year, the players, the coaches, they talk about the culture he is establishing there. They are bought in. The guy might have actually been one of the better hires in the offseason.
All right, we have a lot more football conversation as we go, but I've said all week it is the best time of the sports here. We got the baseball playoffs, we got the NFL and the college football, we got the WNBA finals, and tonight, hockey is back in better on Sunday. You've seen this play. It's running back Marty DiMercato, who lets the ball slip from his fingertips before he crosses the goal line. It would have been a 72-yard touchdown. They would have been up 28-6. Game would have been over. This video has been making the rounds. That's head coach Jonathan Gannon after the incident coming over. You see the moment. I'm not going to describe exactly what it is. You see it. Does he hit him? Does he slap him? I'll let you make up your own mind. Gannon himself, the head coach, spoke about it yesterday.
I woke up this morning and didn't feel great about it, honestly. And so in the team meeting, I addressed it. I apologized to Amari, apologized to the team. And I just told him I kind of let the moment of what happened get the better of me there. It's not really who I am, who I want to be, and I told the guys that today. So it's a mistake by me, and it's just like everybody in there. Everybody made some type of mistake yesterday, which is, culminates to why we didn't win the game, and we can't let it happen moving forward.
All right, so this is an excellent example of a time where I defer to the expertise of the people who played it. There are etiquettes, there are codes, and all that kind of stuff. And 90% of the people watching this show right now did not play football at a high level to understand this. So tell me, when you see that video, what goes through your mind?
He was dead wrong, and he knows it.
The coach
100% dead wrong. Take aside the fumble, or dead wrong. You don't put your hands on another man. You can be upset, you can be frustrated, you can say what you got to say to him. You don't put your hands on him. I will say, I felt that was an authentic apology. I felt like he meant what he said. I thought about it last night. I blew it. I made a mistake as well. I appreciate him saying that to the team, addressing the team first before he did it through the press. And it happens. I mean, I've had coaches fight. I fought with players. I get it, right? Like, it's an intense game on the sideline. But you don't ever put your hands on somebody on the sideline. He knows it. He apologized for it, but he was dead wrong.
So we don't really got HR in football, so it's a unique place. Like, right. Normally there are some things that are allowed to happen on a football team, in the football field, that aren't allowed in other workplaces. But there's one thing about hierarchy that always remains true, is you can't do things to me that I can't do back to you. Right. So, like, in football, like Jeff said, I fought teammates have fought me. Right. That's fine. I've seen coaches fight. They yell at each other. I've had coaches cuss at me. I can cuss back at the coach. Right. What you can't do is, because what we all know what would happen in that actual situation is, if DeMarcado wants to fight him, he whoop his ass.
Right.
So, like, you can't slap me in the chest and know that I can't do nothing about it and think that it's okay. And then we didn't even speak to the fact that it's clear that the guy is crushed.
Right.
He's right there with a teammate who seems like he's trying to lift him up. The one thing in that moment, I think that's also about being a leader, is you have to know what the moment calls for. Like, you're doing what makes you feel better. And that's what's best for that situation. That guy needs to be lifted up right then, not slapped down.
Absolutely, and I think that just goes to speaking of frustration that's going on in Arizona right now. I was on the team with John Gannon, where he was our quality control coach when I was in Tennessee. So when you talk about that apology being sincere, I 100% believe that, from being around the man for multiple years, the person beyond just a football coach. And I think you guys said it all that needed to be said about the incident itself. There's no point on the football field where a coach should put his hands on a player. That's for any level of the sport. And to be honest, as you watch that, you're almost lucky that there weren't players around that witnessed that wanted to then put their hands on John Gannon to defend a young guy who made a mistake in the game.
Can I use this just really quick as a point? Because what you just said, if you remember when Stevenson fumbled early in the Patriots and Bills game, and Vrabel comes over to him, and he's had fumble issues, right? Like, it has been bad, and it's been ugly. Talking about losing your job type deal. And he walks over and goes, "It's a long game. We're going to need you. You're going to come back from this." And he does, right?
Scored 2 touchdowns.
Exactly. But it's because I thought your point was fantastic, in that at certain moments we do what feels good to us as opposed to what's better for our team and for our moments. That's where the miss was by Gannon.
Yeah, agreed 100%. We saw it the week before when Braylon Allen fumbled for the Jets, and Aaron Glenn goes over to him, comes up, first guy to talk to him. And you could tell the message was, we're staying with you. Like, we believe in you. And obviously that's what DeMarcado needed. I mean, look, that incomprehensibly bad loss for Arizona. But at that time, they were still winning.
But it was a mental mistake it wasn't a physical mistake.
Right.
That's
because I know people watching are going to be yelling this at the TV. The Ramondre Stevenson fumble, the Braylon Allen fumble, they weren't the same thing.
Right.
Those were plays in which they got the ball knocked out. That happens in football. This is one where